Hello everybody. It's July the 14th, Thursday, 2022, and I'm on the 101 freeway. I'm heading eastbound, and this is just before the 134-101 interchange. A little bit of traffic, and I'm here with Sticker. And I'm going out to the Hollywood Burbank Airport with Sticker, and because there's a little curiosity that used to be there called the Old Trappers Lodge. And I got my pilot's license at Hollywood Burbank Airport in 1977. And right next to the airport was this Old Trappers Lodge, which was a kind of a folk art kind of motel that had these huge statues. Some of them were 8, 10, 12 feet tall of different Western themed individuals: calico girls, trappers, hunters. It was just an interesting, strange little place. And when I got my license, it was 1977, and this Old Trappers Lodge was still there. But what happened was in 1981, John Inn, who owned the Old Trappers Lodge, passed away. And then it became a California Historical Landmark, number 939. And then in 1985, the land that the motel was on was acquired by the Hollywood Burbank Airport, and the motel was torn down. But the statuary that was there on the premises found a home at Pierce College in Winnetka. The family that owned all these statues, they wanted to find a place that would preserve them and kind of like make people aware of the Old West and the stories of trappers and prospectors, gold miners, etc. And so anyway, the statues are located to this day at Pierce College. So I remember this lodge when I was getting my pilot's license, because it's right there next to the airport, and I used to see it. And it was kind of unique. And at the airport, the Hollywood Burbank Airport, I'm going to actually look and see if the buildings where I took my flight school training are still there, because this is 45 years ago, and these buildings were like original structures from when the airport was built, probably. I mean, the structures were from like the 1930s or something like that. They looked very original. So I want to see if the buildings where I took my flight school at a company called Burbank Piper, I learned to fly Piper aircraft, and we'll see if those buildings are still there. So we have now made the transition onto the 134 freeway, and Those 3 lanes there go on to Hollywood. So I'm going to go up on the freeway here and get off at Hollywood Way and go over to the airport and take a look at the site of where this old Trapper's Lodge was located. So we'll see you there. Here we are at the Burbank Studios on Alameda. Hopefully I'm approaching this airport from the right direction, because I could have gotten off at Pass Avenue, but I think this is just another way to do it. Well, I'm a little turned around here, but I'll go down Buenaventura. It'll take me in the right direction. So, we have some kind of an ambulance coming here for something. Oh, there's a hospital, medical facility to my left here. So I'm going to make my way to the north end of the airport. Because the old Trapper's Lodge was located right at San Fernando Road, and it was right next to where the planes would land if they were using runway 15. And there's a runway 15 and a runway 7. 7 is used for commercial traffic for the most part, and runway 15 is used for smaller general aviation aircraft for the most part. So we're here at Buena Vista and Olive, and I'll just continue making my way down toward the airport. I'm probably going to come up to San Fernando Road. In fact, this might even be it right here. If so, I'll turn left, because this will take us right where we want to be. So this all worked out. Hollywood Burbank Airport was if I have my information correctly, was actually known as Bob Hope Airport from 2003 to 2017. And after that time, I think it reverted back to being Hollywood Burbank Airport. But I know a lot of people have always referred to it as Burbank Airport. That reminds me of John Wayne Airport. The used to be Orange County Airport, but it's been named after John Wayne for many years and remains so. Anyway, this San Fernando Road, or San Fernando Boulevard, I guess, if that's the same thing as San Fernando Road. I thought it was San Fernando Road or Boulevard, but I think if we go left, we're going to come right down to the exact north end of the Burbank Airport, which is exactly where I want to be. I have a sticker here. back when I got my pilot's license, it cost about, I think it was $18 an hour to rent a small single-engine aircraft with a flight instructor. Now the cost of doing that is right around $200 an hour. So things have changed a lot since 1977. And you know, now that I think about it, it might have been $18 for the smaller planes, but I think the flight instructor costs another $15, I believe. But flight instructors now are like $75 an hour. At least that's, as I recall, when I was over at Van Nuys Airport about a year ago checking out flight training. So we're getting pretty close here. The airport is off to our left. And we're coming up to where the planes would land on runway 15. So we're here now. I gotta figure out a place to park because our Vila and San Fernando Road, this is the location of where the old Trappers Lodge was. But I don't think there's anywhere to park around here. So I'm going to have to come down here and see if I can come up to this location on foot. Maybe I can park right in this parking lot here. This doesn't seem to be a place I can't park. So I was able to park in this business park, and I'm going to walk down about 1 block that's very near the threshold of runway 15. San Fernando Road is the street that runs right next to the airport, and we're at the corner here of Arvia and San Fernando Boulevard, which is right where the old Trappers Lodge existed. So I'm looking down in this location here. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. If you look right here in the center of the screen, there's the blast fence. And that's where the landing area is for runway 15 and the departure area for runway 15. For Burbank Airport, and then the lodge would have been located right over here in this location over here. It's probably right along in this area right here where that blue sign is. That whole area right in there would have been where the lodge was. As I said, it was torn down in 1985. And the statues were moved to Pierce College. We'll see if we can see a plane coming in for landing here in just a second. There is a Southwest jet getting ready to depart runway 15. He's now aligning himself with the runway. And he's cleared for departure. I'm not sure if that shows up, but he's in the air. And right over here is Mount Lee. Right here. And if you can see where that tower is, right where I was pointing, right on the other side of that is the Hollywood sign. And it looks like an Alaska Air commercial airliner is about ready to depart runway 15 as well. But I wanted to catch a plane landing, but I have not seen any. So we're going to have to forego that. Now turning to line up with the runway 15. And when you hear his engines roar, you know he's been given takeoff clearance. He's on the move. So the old Trappers Lodge took up 2.6 acres right here at the intersection of Arvilla and San Fernando Boulevard. And the motel was torn down in 1985. Sorry I couldn't show you a plane landing, but I couldn't wait forever. I'm now on Hollywood Way, and I'm going to go up here and see if I can find where the flight school is that I used to go to. This has probably changed quite a bit. And but there's a little side street. I'm pretty sure it's off of Hollywood Way that would take me down this small little cul-de-sac. I'm gonna have to see if I remember this by name. Well, you know what? I have a feeling it's all been torn down. I'll turn around and go back since I'm all the way out here and see if I didn't miss it. But it looks like this whole building complex up here, this might have been, well no, that wasn't the street it was on, but this whole building complex in front of me is new. Oh, it's Amazon, for God's sake. Check that out. But the street would have been located approximately right here. So this is all part of Amazon, I guess. What a huge installation this is. This building and these are all the same architecture and scheme and pattern and paint. So it's all one big. I guess it's all Amazon, I would think. But let me go up here. This little street, which I did not recognize the name of it. That's why I didn't turn down it. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like a much bigger street than what I remember. But I'm going to try to turn left here anyway, because this would, if the buildings were here, which I'm sure they're not, but they would have been down this street. So I'll at least go down it. It was either this street or a street that literally was where the Amazon building is now. So this is all, of course, changed. Well, the street where my flight school was is no longer there, but this Amazon building, this whole complex starting right here and going all the way down to the end of the block, all the way down to the traffic light, all of these buildings are Amazon. Look at how massive this is. This has got to be like 1 million square feet. And it's over here too, I'm pretty sure. Just millions and millions of dollars worth of buildings here. I had no idea this was even over here, but it is. Look at this. These Amazon buildings. Just a massive installation. So I will go over to Pierce College and show you some of the statues and memorabilia that came from the old Trappers Lodge. So I'm here at Pierce College, and I did some driving around, and I could not find the location of where all the statues and the cemetery headstones and other oddities are housed. And I was told by somebody who works here at the college that they're doing some kind of renovation or rebuilding, and the whole area is now fenced off. So I have some photographs that I took of the statues. Well, one photograph you'll see is me posing with a couple of the statues, and this was back in January 2014 when I first saw them here at Pierce, the one and only time I ever saw them here. And I'll put a couple of links in the description because there's several videos out there showing the statues from the old Trappers Lodge at this location. So that's the way it is. I can't actually access it, but the videos I'm going to put links to are very good videos, and they can kind of fill in some of the history of all of this, and then I think you'll enjoy those. So sorry I couldn't show you the statues myself. I had no idea that the area was not available and open to the public. So till next time.